Okay, welcome to the stream, third one for the week. Here we go. Started up a new game last night. Hold on. I can hear myself. We started up a new one last night with Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, doing the PS2 version. The one copy that I only ever played one time in my life. And so far it's been pretty good. Minor complaints with it, mostly with some of the controls and stuff, but otherwise I think it's been going along swimmingly. So we're going to get back into that. Potentially we might do something else. We might have some multiplayer or something in mind. Probably not going to be Fortnite, since that one is going to be updating probably within the next couple hours here. We'll see. Actually, yeah, about an hour and a half. I think it's going to go down for maintenance. And that stuff doesn't usually get back until about 6 hours later. Four to 6 hours. So it's going to be longer than the stream's going to go on for sure. So, yeah, unfortunately not going to be doing that. But, I don't know. We might be able to do something else. Who knows? But let's go ahead and get back into it. We shall see. There we go. Here we are. 33% done on this one. So we're about a third of the way through the game. Not a terribly long game. I was kind of hoping I would be able to do about 50% of it last time, though, but I did end the stream a little bit earlier than I anticipated. Kind of was hoping I could do about 4 hours or something like that, but I just wasn't feeling it around the 3 hour mark, so that's where we ended up. But let's pick up where we left off. See what we got going on here. Pop this out into a new little preview here. There we go. Okay. So we're walking around. We've got not quite an escort because she can kind of take care of herself, which is sort of nice. For the most part, you have to go save her hide every once in a while, but Farah is her name, I believe. And we are the prince, and we're trying to get to somewhere. Last time,
that's not the same sword you had before.
I got a new sword. Yeah. It's not the same sword because it's a different one.
Where are we?
It said this palace was built on the ruins of an even more ancient one. But I thought that was just a story.
Now what do we do?
I don't know, but the camera looks like it's wanting to show me something. Ah. There's a little turnstile thing over in that direction. We seem to have gotten a pretty good reserve of sand, so I'm guessing we can probably do some neat tricks.
I'll go.
What's up, Akuma? You're awake this time. Well, that's great. Welcome back to the world of the awake. Don't know where I need to go. I'm thinking somewhere this way. Maybe not. You know what? Maybe I can, hold on. Maybe I could drag this thing a little bit closer. It looked like there was a divot there that I could have used to, I don't know, put it there like it was meant to be there, but maybe that's not it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think it is. I just need to run on the wall. I sort of need to relearn what's expected of me in this game. There we go. Okay. Now, Kuma, we could potentially do some multiplayer, but it's going to have to maybe not be some Fortnite, because there's going to be some server maintenance tonight. So, unless we do it like right now, I don't think we'll have enough time. Alright. And the wall jumping requires a little bit of timing. That's the part I wasn't getting before, because wall jumping, I don't know, I don't necessarily button mash, but I don't necessarily, check my timing with it either, typically when I have to do it, so it tends to be a thing that I'm not looking at too hard. And with this one, you have to be sort of precise with it. Just don't cough on you, okay? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Are you expecting to get sick? Wait. Don't go too far. There we go. Okay. No, I wasn't sick at all, actually. Are you talking about post-trip? No, I was feeling awful because I was exhausted because I walked like an average of maybe about 10 miles a day for 4 days straight. And I felt lightheaded and some parts of me were swollen. But that wasn't due to sickness. That was just due to hiking through San Francisco for, the majority of a week. What the hell is the point of that? The music kicked up like there was going to be some sort of combat going on, but the door like immediately closed. Hold on. Okay, maybe it needed to be in the middle. There we go. It's weird to me that you could push it all the way to the other side and then it just closes. You would think it would just stop on one spot. So it has an open and a closed state. Alright. Well, beetles aren't anything to be too afraid of. Unless it's those British ones.
Look, a crack.
He's talking about them Lucy in the sky with diamonds and whatnot. You never know what's going to happen. You can't go around it? Come on. Gotta pull it all the way to the side so she can see or whatever. No, she doesn't even need to see because she saw it initially. She commented on it.
Here I am.
Did you do something? Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah, I could make it. Steps off the switch for lols.
You made it.
I knew I could. Move. Apparently I can't get up until you move to the side. The hell? Okay. Gotta see what we could do here. Oh, look at that. Well, I think I could always counter these guys, maybe. There's a little bit of like electric guitar in the backing track for this game, but I don't think the rock music was until like one of the sequels. Which sequel was it that introduced the Godsmack? Was it the second one or the third one, or did they just use licensed music in both? Honestly, when I saw that, I knew I probably wouldn't like it because it's always been one of those things where if you have like a period piece that's kind of like an ancient time period, if you use like contemporary music, I find it kind of off-putting. Remember there was a couple movies that were sort of like that at the time, like around this time period in like the early 2000s. There was that Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. I remember that had like contemporary music in it. And then there was it just called Marie Antoinette or something like that? But it had Kirsten Dunst. I think that one had like contemporary music in it too. I remember not liking the soundtrack because of that, because it just didn't fit the time period. Not that orchestrated music is like super strict to fitting the time period too, but I think it takes me less out of it if it's an orchestrated piece. Warrior Within. Was that the second one or the third one? I don't remember the subtitles. Ow. God damn it. That's just not going to work at all, is it? You just remember the eye stand alone. Yeah, I sort of seem to remember something like that. I do remember it was Godsmack that was playing in one of them. I remember seeing it on a G4 back when they used to do, oh, what was it? It was one of their shows. I forget which one it was, but one of their shows where they would basically do like a video game guide. Might have been Cheat or something like that. But I remember seeing clips of that and I'm like, ugh. It certainly feels different than the original one, or at least the one from 2003. God damn. I was saying I was curious, and I think they'd probably be pretty cheap to get, but I was curious about playing those sequels. I don't know that I'd want to stream them. It's more of a morbid curiosity. They could even be good games, I don't know, but I get the feeling like I probably won't like them, even if they are just like passable. Alright, finally. I will say it seems like for a lot of these, it just feels like there's an abundance of enemies. I feel like there could probably be a little bit less. Can't be as bad as the Suffering. Maybe, you never know. It's the same time period. I never heard necessarily anybody say, oh yeah, those games like suck ass. So it's one of those things where they were out at the time. I remember people playing them, but I never heard anybody say anything like super great about them. And at the same time, I never really heard anybody disparage them either. So it was like they existed, people played them, but it wasn't positive or negative in terms of like its lasting effects. I just remember hearing people playing them, and then that was it. They never talked about it. It's probably not a good thing. Probably means they're just mediocre, but
I'll start the story from here next time.
Who knows? All right. You know, I was looking for a save point. Honestly, I think I might pause the stream recording here because I am kind of feeling like trying something in Fortnite because I haven't played in a minute. So if Akuma's here, might do some duos and something just for a hot minute while we have the time, because it's going to go down pretty quick. So we've got about an hour and a half, I think. If even that, they might start a little bit earlier. So, we went ahead and saved. Oh, I didn't know it would absorb me again. No. Yes. We'll go ahead and save, or we did save, and then I think I'll pause here, and then we'll come back to this in a sec. But let me switch over to that real quick while we have the time. It's probably not gonna get too much into the stream. We'll probably play it for about an hour and a half until we get to the downtime. So no, you shan't. All right, be right back with this recording. Okay, we should be back into it. Let's see. Let me get my preview back up. Make sure unpause the recording. I should have damn been recording that session of Fortnite because we cleaned up. Oh man, we got a lot of wins and we had a lot of good finishes too. So exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Boy, the preview doesn't show. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, it just shows the source. It doesn't show the actual background and everything. Oh well.
Then I'll continue.
Okay, we're picking back up where we left off. We didn't get too far before we paused to do a little Fortnite, so just a couple things here and there. Let's break down this wall. Oh, good. We needed some water. Take big sips. Alright. One more thing. Let me check on something here. I just want to make sure that... Okay, the audio's going through. Oh, that's right. I was like, I knew I needed to do something with the audio. I need to turn it up all the way. Like, all the way up, because PS2 is very quiet compared to the PS5. Generational difference, I guess. Truly felt like Arnold trying to find Turbo Mandol with that skin. Just flying around.
I need to open this door. Look for a switch.
I think I found it. It's in the same room. The jetpack and
Don't! Wait for me!
whatever, the War Machine wrist gauntlet guns
A soldier's mess.
seems like they'd be pretty good. I did use the wrist gauntlets quite a bit, but
Scant hours ago, these tables had been filled with men, joking in camaraderie over their evening meal. Just as my father's men do back home in Siraf, at ease because they think themselves safe within the castle walls with no enemy to fight.
the commentary for this game is weird.
Help me.
Shit. God damn. I am not getting it. It's like, it's almost like too poetic or something. I don't know. It's something weird about it. It's like, yeah, there's sand zombies now. Oh, they're doing, okay, so they're not outright, like, just blocking my counters, but now I have to counter twice. So they're stepping up their game. I think I just, like, got right in there, so I didn't even have time to counter anything. Ma'am, you're not helping when, like, I'm trying to counter them. Trying to counter these fools, and then she, like, shoots them right before they hit me, and then I can't. Shit. I'm not getting the timing down, and you know what? I'm gonna switch back over to the TV because I was playing through the OBS preview, but through the TV I think there's actually less latency, so that might have something to do with it. We'll see. It could just be that I'm not getting the counters correctly. Okay, see, I got that one fine. Sir, you just killed like 3 of your own people. Are you aware of this?
Sorry.
What, she hit me? Oh, it's like Eva killing me in Metal Gear. Oh boy. Alright, hold on. I guess we got locked out, so we can't actually go back and get more health. I screwed it up again. They have such a huge wind-up. Again, it feels like Dark Souls 3. There's also another ability that I'm not sure what it is, but it's like there's supposed to be one that just slows down everybody. Shit. And god damn it, I have not found it. And every single goddamn time I try to get this guy, oh. Okay, staff guys, you can't jump over them. Gotta remember that. You can counter them pretty easy. I could do the riposte where I could suck the sand right out of them. And I could hit them okay, but can't jump over them. Oh well. Alright, that was rough. I don't think we could go back to that one fountain that we had gotten water from previously. I wonder if there's anything down here. Oh, there is. Thank God. I don't think there's any difficulty settings for this game. I think it's just like kind of one set thing. But it wasn't too bad to start with, and then it started getting a little bit more brutal. I'm actually surprised that I beat this game back in 2003. Because this definitely feels like... You know, it's not too hard right now, but if it gets any harder than this, I do wonder how proficiently I was able to get through it. I don't even remember back in the day this game being particularly hard. I mean, I suppose the rewind ability kind of makes it so that it sort of negates some of the challenge, but it's not like you could use it indefinitely. It's, yeah, it's very, very slow. I want to say that that's a performance thing. When we first saw it yesterday, when I first started it up, I was like, you could kind of tell, like, some of it's a slow-mo effect, and I think it might be just because the game would be running slow anyway, but sometimes when it would try to, like, go up to a faster frame rate, it couldn't, and it was kind of stuck at, like, 15, 20 frames a second. It looked a little choppy, so I think just based on the enemies and the effects and everything, this game was kind of pushing the engine to its limits. So I think maybe it's, like, partially a stylistic choice and then partially just like a performance thing, because it's going to be running slow anyway, so I guess might as well try to utilize that, tap into it.
You know I can't climb like you can.
Yeah, I figured that. I'll figure something out for you. You just hold on to your horses, lady. Movement and everything mostly seems fine. I don't think, you know, when there's no combat going on, it does seem to be running at least at 30. I guess I would be kind of interested to see what they would do with a remake for this game, though. I don't know if it would end up being like a carbon copy remake, because they really haven't talked about it, Ubisoft. They just said that they're doing it. I don't know if they've disclosed like what kind of remake it's going to be, though. Like they're just kind of doing the original thing over again, or they're going to take the original concept and try something new with it. I would guess I would prefer that they probably try to stick to the original concept as closely as possible, but I would like, you know, something to freshen it up, and probably some of the stuff like the combat to be fixed a little bit. It's a nice looking skybox out there. No, it wasn't. And I was talking about this yesterday too, but the Prince of Persia series has like a weird history of games. I'm assuming by the 360 one you mean like, oh shit. The 360 one, you mean the one that was just, I think it was just called Prince of Persia. In fact, I think there might have been two that were just called Prince of Persia. But there was one that had released, and it coincided with the release of the movie that had come out like in the early 2010s. And that one, I think, was just called Prince of Persia. I don't know that it had another name to it. I could be wrong about that. There was another one, and I don't remember if that one had a subtitle either, but it preceded it by a little bit. There was one where the prince looked kind of like I don't know, like some sort of vagabond. He had like some sort of headdress and like big old scarf. And then, oh shit. And then there's the other one that was in that same generation that was like the movie tie-in. What was that? Okay, I think I just broke the game. Okay. Yeah, something's not working right. Let's see if we can get back to the ledge at least. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Oh, I had to turn around on that last one. Shit, I figured there'd be another one over here. I think it was more green and anime. I don't know. I want to say that the one that coincided with the film release was more trying to be photorealistic, and I mean, you could only do so much in that era, but I want to say that's what they were kind of going for. And then the other one that preceded it, where he had like the big scarf and everything, that was more stylized, so maybe that's the one? I don't know, though. What was that rope? Where does that go? I guess I can't access it. The scarf one? Yeah, the scarf one I never played, so if it was that one, I'm not sure. But it wasn't a remake of this one, it was like a brand new concept. It was sort of a reboot after the trilogy that started with this game, The Sands of Time. I was talking about it yesterday too, but it's like I had seen that one, and I had liked this game a bit. You know, I only played it the one time, but I still had fond memories of it. So I was interested in more Prince of Persia games. I couldn't get the other two, or didn't want to, or just whatever it was. I just never ended up getting the other two that were in this trilogy. But I think when that one had come out, the one with the scarf, I don't know, I remember seeing gameplay footage of it. You know, G4 was on at the time, and they'd cover a lot of the newer games that were coming out, and I think I saw footage of it, and I'm like, that doesn't look too great. It's like something about it I didn't like. I don't remember specifically what. I mean, it was one of those things where it felt so different from this. I kind of wanted more of a game like this. And yeah, I probably should have just done the sequels, but I didn't. But I was hoping that they'd kind of like expand on this concept without going into the butt rock generation. But yeah, it was like, it seemed too different. Like there was a lot of focus on the platforming, I think. Oh yeah, she could slide under there.
Yes, I was just going to suggest that.
And I kind of wanted more of a balance between the platforming and the combat. Because combat, even though, you know, again, it kind of gets repetitive in this game, I still find it pretty fun. And especially at the time, there wasn't a whole lot of combat that really felt like this. And it's pretty slick, too. What with the maneuvering around and hitting multiple people. I mean, the closest thing I can think of that it sort of feels like is like the Warner Brothers stuff, like the Arkham games. And, you know, they've gone on to do that same sort of combat with like the Middle Earth games and Mad Max. So it's kind of like the WB staple. But anyway, it kind of almost feels like a prototype of that, which that combat is pretty slick. It's no wonder that they keep putting it in every game that they have. I'm not really sure what we did. I guess she's out here now, though. Oh, did we drop... I guess we dropped that bridge. That's probably what it was. Oh, shit. Be careful. Get all my sand back, too. Whoa. Okay, I guess I can't counter that one. Let me just grab your sand real quick. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that one, that like low sweep or whatever.
Help me.
Easiest thing to do with these guys is just do the slowdown on them. Help yourself. Ow. Son of a bitch. And you gotta like recover, it doesn't give you a whole lot of opportunity there.
Behind you.
I need sand. Shit. There we go. Ah, cut you off. Oh shit. This needs a Dark Soul shield. Yeah, what do you call it? Forget what happens when you use two weapons. They introduced it in Dark Souls 2. The ability where you can use two swords. Well, I guess you could always do that. You had that ability, but there's something. Yeah, power stancing, that's what it was. Stop! Like, I can parry sometimes, but some of these enemies don't really give you a ton of opportunity to do it. Or they just, like, block it. Sort of sucks. Or they do the damn, like, the double parry shit. That's 3 times I had to do it on that one. No! Stop! Okay, that just made things much worse. Stop it. You know, it is kind of impressive because I would have to assume that the game would have to be recording all this data to, like, understand what's going on for you to rewind. So I kind of wonder how they did it. It's sort of fascinating. But yeah, the game does chug a little bit. Phew. That was a little rough. Big gulps. I think, like, once your life bar starts extending as far as all that, he should just dunk his whole face in the water and just, like, drink like a snake. Don't raise your head until you're done drinking. Don't even bother scooping. Just put your head in there. Alright, we're getting close to 50%. We actually didn't have a ton of gameplay time before we got there, so... We were a third of the way through at 33% last time, and now it seems like we're kind of flying through the little middle section to get to 50%.
I'll start the story from here next time.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know it was like right in front of me. Nah, I'm good. Yes, I'm good. He just keeps teleporting back in the fetal position in front of Farah here. If that is in fact her name, I don't remember. Wait a second, which way do we... Okay, we go this way. I need to see the fountain as a point of reference. Oh. Come, princess. We have more things to climb. I kind of want to go back. I bet you the PS3 version is probably the shitty version, but it's the one I got. It was also cheap at the time, but I kind of want to go back and play that one I have, the one that was released around the time that the movie came out. Because, again, I remember it being decent. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I think it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, I'll come back to it, and then something came out around that time where I was just like, I kind of forgot about it. I'll come back to it eventually. But I feel like that PS3 generation, I don't know if I was just getting burnt out on video games or what, but it was like 7th gen towards the middle to tail end. I would just get a bunch of games and I just wouldn't finish them. I think part of the other reason too is because up until that point, like I wasn't working, so I'd either have to have like a parent buy me a video game, or I had to buy it with allowance. So I think just because I started working kind of around that point, actually I bought my PS3 with job money. I forgot about that, but yeah, that's like right after I started working, I got a PS3. That was like one of the first things I got. But yeah, it was like at that point, and it's like I just had money, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I can buy whatever. And I might have just been getting too much, because again, before when it was reliant on either somebody getting me a game or me saving up for a while to get a game. It's like it took a while. It'd be months in between when I got a new game, and then when I started working, is every other week or every week or however often, if there was something I was interested in getting, I would just get it. And then I'd be like, oh, I'll come back to this. Which admittedly still happens today, but... First feeling of I have expendable income and I can buy this and not feel bad. Kinda, yeah. I mean, I've always been picky choosy about what I get too. There's people I know that just like, they'll buy whatever shit comes out, and if it's good or bad, they'll be like, whatever. I don't know where I need to go. I feel like, okay, I need to do something over there, but like, I almost want to say I need to go up here, but I can't even jump up that way. Autocorrects a bitch. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Let me just jump that way. Okay. No, that wasn't it. I just thought I'd check it out just in case. Do I need to jump on this again? I figured I'd need to go to another one, but maybe I could hit it again. No. I think when it's down, it's down.
I think I see how this works. Try pulling yours now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I sort of did need to jump on that other one.
Now pull the lever.
Why the hell didn't it work the first time around? I guess it just didn't go over that far? Okay, now she's gonna do something. I guess I need to go back up here. Because it was like there was nowhere else I could go.
Here I am. I'll pull the lever.
There you are. Ah. I see. Maybe. Let's see if it actually helps me. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. I wasn't sure. There we go. But yeah, I think now that I reflect upon it, that might have been the reason why. It might have just been a case of just like I was getting too much at one time. and I just never really, went back to some of those things that I had put on hold. Okay, do I jump out the hole then? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. It's like I can't go anywhere back, so. Hey, yeah, he's disrobing. I don't know why he did that. I guess it got caught up on the the ledge or something. Why did he just rip off his sleeve? It was time. It needed to go. Again, I remember, like, I can pull up the cover, because I should have the case just on my, my shelf where I keep my PS2 games, but it's like on the cover he's not wearing a shirt, so I think he's just gradually just going to lose more of his shirt as time goes on, until he's shirtless. Yay.
Hang on, I'm pulling mine.
But yeah, I've been going through. We've played a couple of them already, but No More Heroes and Wet. We've recently streamed, and those both were games that I had on PS3 that I had first gotten on that platform. I say that only because of No More Heroes. That was originally a Wii game, but those are both that I had gotten in that time period where it was like I started them and I played them a little bit, but I just, played them for maybe an hour or two, and then that was it. I didn't really give them much thought after that. The intention was always to go back, but
I'll really be impressed.
I didn't until just like a couple months ago. So it's a long time coming.
To see if you
But who knows? If I'm still in the mood, I'll take a look at how long to beat and see about how long it takes to, finish that game. Average time between completionist and casual playthrough. And if it's short enough, maybe I'll pop it in real quick. I have it. That was another one of those games. It's that 7th generation. It's like, son of a bitch. I didn't even pull out my swords yet. It's one of those things that I bought 7th gen, although I did buy it a little bit later. I want to say I had bought it during the 10th generation. Oh, no, wait, no, not 10th generation. 8th generation, excuse me. I want to say I had bought it during like 8th gen, and I had just played it, and, did maybe like a level or two, and then I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Maybe I'll stream it. Yeah, I was already streaming by that point. See, these are weird because sometimes they don't come in close enough where I can actually counter them. Okay, that did not help. Finally. Those things are annoying. A new save point.
Look out!
What? We don't have a ton of time before October. I mean, we're already on the tail end of the month, so October's I'm gonna do the same thing I did last year. So there's gonna be probably some viewer requests coming in, and then just a couple things that I had in mind to play in terms of horror games for the month. So we're gonna be on a month-long break from our usual schedule. So there's not a ton of streams left between now and when October rolls around, unless I decide to stream on an odd day. But that's if time allows for it. We'll see. Silent Hill F is coming out. I don't think I want to stream that. I don't know. It's another one of those things. Like if I really like a game or I'm really interested in it and it's a new release, I'll stream it. You know, like your Metal Gears and Dooms this year that I've played. Death Stranding I was interested in. We had a handful of new releases that came out this year. But, you know, I didn't stream everything. There was that Monster Hunter Wilds that I played
Come on, open
off stream
No,
for
I mean it.
a pretty good
Really broke-
segment. I could. I don't know. I don't think it'll do any good. And I'm not even sure if, like, I want to, you know, even do that much of it on stream. And also, I might not get it, like, on release day. So there's a number of different factors, but yeah, I just don't see it being a game that I want to stream necessarily. Kind of the same thing with Silent Hill 2 that came out earlier, or last year. Do I need to, like, drop down from here? What the hell's going on? It was like I was interested in playing it, and I did eventually. I only beat it, like, maybe about a couple months ago. But yeah, that was another one where it was just like, there's a lot of hype around it at the time when it came out, and I'm like, seems alright, but I don't think I want to play it or stream it just yet.
as you wish.
Although I will say I'm more excited for Silent Hill F than I was for Silent Hill 2. And can I? Okay, I guess I can't. Oh, I see. Okay. I wasn't sure if I could drop down there. I guess it makes more sense now. You know, there was one thing, because I got it for free, but I was actually kicking around the idea of doing, like, one stream, maybe not even for, like, a full stream, but, like, one stream of the Gears of War remake. Or no, it's got to be a remake, right? Gears of War remake that came out. Because I got it for free. Oh, shit. Wrong button. No! I did not want to jump immediately. Oh, once again, I accidentally hit the X button. But it's been a long time. It just came out like a couple weeks ago.
There's a great open balcony. Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah, about that. How do I get over there? But I had gotten the, oh man, whatever the remaster was that came out on Xbox One a few years ago. I had bought that for like $20. I bought a physical version of it too. Because it was originally on Game Pass or something, and I started playing it, and then I didn't want to pay for Game Pass anymore, so I'm like, I'll just buy it. It's like $20. So I bought it, like a physical copy, and then Microsoft just emailed me or sent me a notice earlier this year where they're like, the remake's coming out, well, you can get it for free because you have the Ultimate Edition. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. It's the coolest thing Microsoft's ever done for me. So, I got it for free, but I think it came out while I was on vacation, so I haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet.
I know where I am. This gate leads to the baths.
But, yeah, I wouldn't mind just taking a quick peek at it just to see.
It should be easy.
Good. I'll meet you there.
Use the left analog stick to walk on beams. That camera angle also doesn't help me. I always do like the scenic or whatever they call it camera just to see if it gives me a better look at the area so that I know what to do. But a lot of times it just doesn't do anything. It just zooms out so far I can't even tell what I'm looking at.
Around as if I were a servant. It's my own fault. With women, you need to show them you're in charge right from the start, or they'll walk all over you. I've been too indulgent. Probably because I felt sorry for her. Well, it stops now. From now on, she'll have to toe the line. That is, assuming I can...
Yeah, put your foot down. Don't let no woman walk all over you. right into the save spot. It's almost like it was designed that way. But I'm assuming they're doing the remake for the first one because that prequel is coming out. Which, oh man, again, I gotta say, I got real burnt out on that series. Years and years and years ago, I streamed Gears of War 1 through 3, because I had never played it before, and I had just gotten my first Xbox since the original. I'd gotten the Xbox... what was it? Xbox One X? It wasn't the Xbox, yeah, it wasn't the Xbox One, it was like the upgraded version. I had gotten the Xbox One X because I didn't think I was going to be able to get a 3080 GPU. And then like a week later, I ended up getting the 3080 GPU. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I didn't need this. And son of a bitch, it happened again. They had given me an opportunity to buy a Xbox Series X. And I'm like, yeah, I got no hope of getting a 4080. So I guess I'll go ahead and nab it since I got the opportunity. And Series X and PS5s at the time were hard to get. So it was, you know, it was like that 2021-ish era. So I ended up getting the damn Series X, and then like a month later I had signed up for Newegg's like raffle shit or whatever. And a month later I got a notice saying that 4080, I had a chance to buy one. I'm like, son of a bitch. God damn it. This console that I'm probably not going to use. I'd have gotten use out of it. The good thing I like about the Microsoft consoles is they have like a pretty decent backwards compatibility. So I have been able to play like Xbox 360 and Xbox original games. So that's why I did the Gears of War. But I played the first 3, and boy, by the end of 3, I'd never wanted to see another Gears of War game in my life. I had preemptively bought 4, and I think I ended up getting 5 after the fact too, but I did not want to continue on. I've heard they're not excellent, 4 and 5, but, you know, I think if it's the same type of gameplay, I probably wouldn't mind it. SSX3 runs fantastic on Xbox One. Not even for the hot soldier chicks. What, in the new Gears of War? I mean... Oh, shit. That took a lot more HP out of me than I thought it would. Again, I don't know. It's just like there wasn't enough difference in the gameplay where I felt it was, you know, worth plugging the titles into. Oh, okay. I guess I go over here. I didn't even know you could walk across these. I don't know what happened. It didn't seem like it was that far, so I didn't think he was gonna die. But he did. I'm worried about these damn birds. Honestly, I should just, like, sidle on the bottom here. Yeah, get down there. Thing is, I own them, so it's like, I'll probably get to them eventually, but it's not like a big priority. I mean, we're a little lower. Can we... I guess we gotta jump over here. It's like we still can't drop down. It's not gonna work. Hold on, can I guard? Okay, I'm holding the guard button and it doesn't seem to work, so I guess not. Oh, son of a bitch. I take it out and then another one just takes its place. Okay, you can hit them before they hit you, so that's good. Okay, come on. Just a little further. Oh, whoa, whoa! Okay, I didn't know he was gonna do that. Let's There you go. Hey, there you go. You got it. Sometimes the map navigation has been a little bit, like, weird to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I like maneuvering around, but I don't know. The fact that, like, not everything's spelled out for you and you can just, like, bust your ass attempting to jump from one spot to the other, I think puts that little bit of risk in there that makes it fun. Oh, I don't even need to do that. Ah, and little beetles came out. So I wonder what closing the doors does. Does that mean I need to go back up top? I would prefer not to do that. And they came out of, okay, yeah, they came out of here. So I figured there'd be something in here we needed to interact with. Eh? Oh. Sounds like it's on a timer, but what good does this do me? Okay, beetles are taken care of. Oh, son of a bitch. I think I get it. Hold on, can I reset that? Okay, I think what it does is it makes a path because the bridge is raised. Shit, I gotta find out how to get up here, though. Is there a ladder over here? Oh, there was. Okay. Alright, hold on. I gotta pull it one more time, and that way we go at maximum time here. But we gotta get up on this thing, and then we gotta traverse the upper area again. Yeah, you get up there. I think doing it this way is a little bit faster. Alright, other side. Wait. Maybe not. Oh! I use it as a wall to run across. That's what it was. I figured I had to get on top of it. And good thing I realized the last second there. There we go. Cool. I see a breakable wall here too. This makes me worried that I might have missed other breakable wall, but the fact that I saw this one, maybe not. Alright, we get a little more health. Secret health extension area. Actually, I think I own all of the Gears of War games, except for... What the hell was it? Judgment something or other? There was one that was like a spin-off. With like Baird or something. That was on 360. I don't have that one. Because I had a little insert in one of them. I think it was Gears of War 2, maybe. That said I could get it for free. And I think I tried to do it and it didn't work. But it still said I could get it for free, so I was going to see if there was a way I could do that, but I don't think there was. Oh wait, no, it wasn't that one. And I got through there. Okay, was this... Oh, Jesus, what the hell? And then I don't have the, like, the tactics games. But I'm not really I'm not big into RTS type stuff anyway, so... I don't think I'd enjoy that. But every other one I got. You would almost think I was like a super fan.
Have you been waiting here all this time? I didn't realize you meant these baths. I went to the other baths, clear across the other side of the city. I had a lovely wash and a rub with fragrant oils. Too bad you weren't there. Stop talking to yourself!
Yeah, shut up, Prince. Nobody cares. It means anything, you're a super fan of Dead Rising up until 2. I mean, but do you have, like, all the other games? Because, like, I have all the games, and I can't say I really liked 3 all that much. I don't think... I like 2 quite a bit. And 1 was fine. I liked 1 and 2. I'm talking Gears of War here, too, also, going back to that. But God, I don't think I liked 3. I think 3 was okay for, like, a bit, and then it just kind of overstayed its welcome. And I don't know that I'd ever play that one again. And then I have 4 and 5, and I've never ever touched those. So it's like I've bought the other ones. But do you have like Dead Rising 3 and 4 and just like never played them? I was talking about, because you said you're a super fan of Dead Rising up until 2, so I was like, well, does that mean that you have the games, in the rest of the games in the series without even playing them like me? Because what I was saying was, I have the Gears of War games, but I've never actually played 2 of them. And then I don't think I like the 3rd one. So, it's kind of like a similar situation. 3's an okay game, but not a good Dead Rising game. 4 in the remake you don't want to touch. Well, I don't mind the concept of a remake. I got the remake to check it out. I haven't played it yet. I installed it recently, so I do kind of plan on playing it at some point, but it doesn't seem like it would be that bad. Ooh. Controller's vibrating in such a weird way, you'd almost think it's like the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller. They're really doing some unique vibrations. No, bats, leave me alone. These bats just come out of the nether. Pfft, son of a bitch. And then they just start, like, eating me. Go away. Learn some stuff that irks you. I'm sure for me it would be lost on me. Because honestly, I didn't really even like the gameplay of the first one that much. There were things about it that I liked, but I think I like the concept of it more. Because I'm a big fan of Dawn of the Dead, and it was heavily inspired by that. You know, what with the shopping mall and everything. So, like, kind of having sort of a playable version of Dawn of the Dead, I thought was like a neat concept. But there was just so many frustrating things about it. I did not like having to rescue people too. I thought that part was kind of ass. But it's a big part of the game. Oh, look at that. It's crossing stalactites. Showing me, they're not even just showing me gameplay, they're showing me like full-on cutscenes now. Don't spoil it.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Yeah, I think I own Dead Rising 2, but I never actually played it. I played off the record. because I knew, because it was a co-op game, and I was looking for co-op games to play with somebody a while back, and I ended up getting it because it was like $5 or something. But I don't think I've ever. I don't know if I actually even own the second one. But at the same time, I'm not even sure, like, if I think Off the Record is a separate story because it does sort of focus on Frank as opposed to whoever the new guy is. And there was another one too. I think I remember hearing that it was exclusive to Xbox 360, although I'm sure you could play it. You could buy it off the Xbox shop and play it on some of the newer consoles. But I remember there was like something that was console exclusive. That was kind of another weird little sort of spin-off game, but I don't remember what the name of it was. I don't think it was Off the Record. Chuck. That's the other guy. Oh! Go away. Go away! Okay, maybe it was the prologue then. I don't know if it has a unique name to it. I remember watching a guy talk about it, though, and he said, like, the only reason he keeps his Xbox 360 is because of whatever that game was. And I was like, okay, I guess it must be pretty good then. Oof. Oh, just in the nick of time. Yikes. Not that special, it's only a day in the desert town. Maybe it is another game. I don't know, it could, the person I was watching, it could just be like a Dead Rising, like, mega fan or something. He might be like you. Or he just likes the first two, and he likes the second one so damn much, he likes that prologue. I've heard of people say, you know, I keep my 360 around for other stuff. Like at the time, Alan Wake was only available on the Xbox 360. That was another game I played. Because I had gotten that Xbox One X, and I was like, oh, I could get all these Xbox 360 games and play them. So I had Gears of War and I did Alan Wake, and I might have done a couple others. I know I had bought some other games, but I haven't played or streamed them yet. Like Lost Odyssey, that's one I plan on doing at some point, but goddamn, RPGs. Had a bit of a conversation about those last stream too. But anyway, it was like Alan Wake was one of those where like people were like, oh yeah, I keep the 360 for that because you can't play it anywhere else. And it's like, now you can. So I don't know that there's anything like super exclusive. I know there's a couple like niche games, like there's Chrome Hounds, but I don't even know if you can play that. I don't remember if Chrome Hounds was son of a bitch. If Chrome Hounds was a like online only game or not. But there's probably not too many games left that are just exclusively on there, and you know, they never got any ports or anything. Guardian Heroes, you think, is only on Xbox? Yours would be Fable 2 and 3. What's up, Jubei? Blue Dragon. Oh yeah, that was another one. I don't have it, but that was another one I was thinking about getting when I first got that Xbox One X. I was like, that's one I could get. I'm pretty sure it's backwards compatible too. Some of them also are like available digitally, and you can play 360 games on like the Xbox One and Series X and Series S and all that shit. So they're available on the store, and you can play digital versions of them. So I don't know if that counts for something like Blue Dragon, but I know that that's the case with a few of them. What the hell do I do here? Can't drop down that way. I think I gotta... Okay, maybe not. Is that ladder pressed all the way up against the wall? Hold on. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. It's hard to tell. I mean, it kind of isn't. It's sort of like on the side there. You like the Xbox controller? Which one, though? The 360? I know a lot of people rave about it. I remember looking for one because I wanted a good, you know, USB controller for my PC way back in the day. I ended up finding a good workaround for my DualShock 3, but I was looking for one, and, you know, even 10, 15 years ago, they were selling them for a shitload of money. You're thinking Jade Empire, but that's on PC? Oh yeah, that's been on PC for a long, long time. Actually, wasn't Jade Empire, that was an original Xbox. That wasn't 360. You know, 2 or 3 of games with Windows Live. The Series X one. It's not a bad controller, yeah, I dig it. I've liked the One X and the Series X. They have a nice little heft to them. I think the D-pad feels fine. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the 360 ones that were directly wired, and well, they had a direct wire connection. It was still via USB. And I had a friend that was like, "Oh yeah, it's the best controller I'll ever use. I'll never use anything on PC except it." I'm like, okay. I wish I could have one of those. But everyone I found was like either too beat up or it was too expensive for what it was worth. Technic Street Fighter, Lost Planet, Operation Raccoon City. I mean, those are multi-plats, though. I mean, you get Technic Street Fighter, Lost Planet, Operation Raccoon City, all on PS3. I mean, they might run better on Xbox. I don't know. Okay, that wasn't it. I mean, it almost looks like he should be. Maybe I could try running a little bit later. It almost looks like he should be able to hop up on there. Okay, I guess not. Can't plant them on PC. Oh, there's a ladder here. That's what it was. I will drink whatever scummy water this is. It always feels like it's more regal when it's coming out of a fountain, even though that's probably pretty bad too. But like when it's just like a big body of water like this, I don't know that I trust it. 360 D-pad is pretty bad. It looked pretty normal to me, but I guess maybe, I mean, again, I don't think I ever used it, except maybe a couple times when I was at a friend's house. The one that always looked weird to me, I don't know if it's like a modern controller or what. I guess it must be like the Series X. It must be like that Pro controller, but it's the one that has like a radar dish to it. It looks like this is like this big saucer. I don't know. That one seems weird to me. I don't think I'd like that one. What's going on here? But the 360 controller to me always looked, just like a regular ass D-pad. I will say I liked, I tend to prefer segmented D-pads where they're like their own buttons, you know, like PlayStation. I really like the feel of a PlayStation D-pad, and I do prefer it over the Xbox controllers, but it's kind of a minor thing. I just feel like it's more precise. Oops, I accidentally skipped that. Yes. Yes, I would.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
You know, controller looks bad, but I've always wanted to try it, is the Steam controller. there was like a time I think they had like surplus and they just wanted to get rid of it and they were selling it for like $5. I missed my opportunity. I really wish I had gotten one though. I want to experience it for good or for bad, but I don't think I'll ever get one. You know, you can get them on like eBay now and people are selling for like a couple $100. Brain struggles with symmetrical sticks when using both at the same time. I've never ever had that problem, so I can't sympathize, but I guess I grew up on PlayStation, so it's never a problem for me though. And I could switch between both. I mean, I could use Xbox controllers and PlayStation controllers and the goddamn Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons all the same. It's just sometimes with the games I have to relearn some of the confirmation buttons depending on what I'm playing, but other than that, I ain't got no problem switching between a shitload of controllers. I don't even know if I prefer symmetrical over asymmetrical or vice versa. I don't think I do. It's just like they're both, to me in my brain, they're just like whatever. I could switch between them both easily, but I don't necessarily have a preference between the two, I don't think. I don't even know that I'd say that symmetrical is more familiar at this point, because I played so many games with the Xbox controller. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I guess that looks like an exit over there. You just have to swing between jugs, ropes. Let's see. The Wiimote is king. Oh shit. Okay, that didn't work. I was wondering if the little wall there was going to cause any sort of problems, but I guess it ended up being a bigger problem than I thought. Well, can I go this way? Because that kind of throws a wrench in my plans. Yeah, even with Wiimote, I mean, I don't think I ever, like, seriously had a major problem navigating it. I mean, the damn motion controls, but, you know, that's different than just, like, a button layout. I mean, sometimes you'd have to contend, especially if it was, like a non-Nintendo game, you'd have to contend with, like, weird motion controls where, like, the developers thought, oh, yeah, this will be fun. And it wasn't. But usually, and I tend to only play Nintendo-based games on Nintendo consoles. It's pretty rare that I'm going to play like a third-party game on a Nintendo console. Well, let's not go too far. I said it was, I could adapt to it. It was fine. I don't know that I'd say it's pretty good, though. It was still the Wiimote. Oh, shit. Hold on. I think I could do that a little better. There you go. Boy, what was the last Wii game I played? I think Akuma's trying to get me to do Mad World at some point, but I'm trying to think. God, was it Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings? That sucked. That game wasn't great. It was either that or it was a few years ago when I was doing The Legend of Zelda, but I was doing Indiana Jones a few years ago too, so I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember which one was first and which one was last, but yeah, it was either Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings or Skyward Sword. I just don't remember which one it was though. I also don't know where I'm supposed to go. I guess just up here. Go. Okay. We're getting it. We're getting it. Oh god, more bats. you guys come from anyway? I had bought a Wii Classic controller. I think I've only used it once. I don't know why I got that. I don't remember why. It was either like really cheap at like a local shop, or I don't know. I needed it maybe for something. Oh, you know what? I think I got it for one of the RPGs. It was either like one of the Xeno Saga games, or it was The Last Story. I think I had got, because they didn't, those games wouldn't work with a GameCube controller. So I was about to say, I don't know why I wouldn't just use a GameCube controller instead. But I think that might have been it. Oh, good lord. Okay, well, I'm not even going to rewind time, whatever. I like the look of that. That was like, there's a very similar Tomb Raider puzzle in Last Revelation that's like that. Like swinging blades and a big pole. Son of a bitch, these bats. You know, I've watched a streamer play that one time. It did look pretty shitty. Ninja Bread Man. I've never played that, though. Yeah, that was one of those games, that and like Sphinx, I think. Was it Sphinx? It was like that, Gingerbread Man, or Ninja Bread Man, or whatever, and Sphinx, and some other shit. It were like one of those games that you would always see, like at a store somewhere, just for the Wii. We had a lot of shovelware, but there was like a list of games that were just like a staple for any like random shelf, and I remember that was one of them. There was some other shit too, like some M&M game or something. I don't know. There's a lot of crap on the Wii though. I think the Wii was the first time I started like looking sideways at Nintendo, because I started feeling like maybe there wasn't that much quality control. I mean, not like any other console was any better over time, especially on the digital marketplace, but I was like, oh, you just let anything on here these days, huh? There's one of the Cartoon Girl Witch. It's not ringing any bells, but I'm sure it was something I'd seen. So wait a second, we're in the same damn room we were in before. I guess we pushed the box down, so the box has to be of use somewhere, but where? Maybe over there. I got a little sand thing, but you know, that's extra. Well, maybe not, because you could just jump over here. I don't get it. But there was a period about, oh, when was that? Probably about 10, 15 years ago or so, I started seeing a trend with certain generations climbing up in price. So I started combing through Wii games, because I was like, these are going to be the next ones to, you know, get up in price. Little did I know that like a global pandemic would hit, and then like all games and collectibles would be raised to exorbitant prices. So it didn't account for that, but I did start getting at a time a handful of games for like 7th and 8th gen platforms, just because I had a feeling like things were going to start raising in price. But there was a handful of Wii games I had bought at the time. I think that's when I got like Mad World and stuff, but there's a few things I had got while they were relatively cheap. And I bet you if I look back now, they're probably not even that expensive. Prices have come down a bit. But I remember it was looking like Last Story was going to be one of those games that was going to be at like, you know, 3 digits for sure, but maybe even had potential to be like one of those games that people started selling for like $200, $300. I don't think that ended up happening, but I did end up getting it for like 50 bucks or something, which at the time I thought was decent. But I don't know if it's actually raised up or not. I want to see what's back here. Where was this? Had we come back here yet? Oh, that was that big room. Okay. There has to be something we have to do with the box, but I'm not seeing anything that looks... I guess it's like the little rooms. There has to be somewhere, like on these little outlets, that we need to get to that we can't access from any of the other spots. I don't know which one it would be, though. I was gonna see if maybe there was a crack in the wall on one of these, but it doesn't look like there's that either. End up going the mod flashcart route. Yeah, I thought about doing that, but it's one of those things where it's like similar to emulation. If somebody does like a request or something like that, and the game is like, you know, hell, if the game's like $50, I'm probably gonna want to emulate it before I pop down, you know, that kind of money. But especially if there's like somebody wants to see like some super rare game or something like that that's going for like $300 or something, it's like, yeah, I'll do it in that instance. I'll emulate or whatever. But like, I have a huge collection of like ROMs and stuff that I've just amassed over the years, and it's like I'm never going to touch any of those. I'm 99% more likely to play stuff that I have on hand, and you know, guaranteed there's even going to be stuff that I own that I'm never going to touch. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if I don't like actually own it physically and legitimately, I don't have the motivation to actually play it. There's just too much shit out there. But I did think about, because it's relatively easy to soft mod your Wii and everything. So I did think about doing that once upon a time, but I never went through with it. So I was just like, whatever. I'm glad I didn't either, because my original Wii ended up crapping out on me. Recently too, like within the past year. No, the past couple of years. I think it was when I was doing the oh boy, the Rogue Squadron games, because I was using it as like my GameCube, and I just like, something happened to it where it just like wouldn't read discs anymore. And I looked it up, and you had to do a bunch of shit to like redo the drive and everything. I'm like, son of a bitch, pain in the ass this is. It's overwhelming, digital libraries in general. Even your legitimate Steam library goes untouched. I mean, Steam is like I get so much shit on Steam, just like via either giveaways or Humble Bundle or a bunch of other shit. It's like, it was one of those things where like, you know, Scoob was telling me to sign up for like these key giveaway sites, and he's like, oh yeah, you get a bunch of neat stuff for free, and you know, it's worth looking into. And it's like, I have enough shit. It's like, I don't need it. I signed up for it anyway, just in case it did end up being something okay, but it's like, I don't need more games really, because like, I have enough. And it's like, yeah, there's stuff I might be interested in playing, but I've never been one of those people that just like gets a shitload of games just because I can. I was talking about like, what is going on with the camera? I get it. I don't need to see that though. Stop looking over there. It really wants to show me that bucket. Yeah, I'd see it. It's great. I want to like get back over here. I can manipulate the camera, but it just resets into the same position. Let me see. If I get over here, does it stop? No. What the hell is this? Stop it. What if I just like drop down? Also never going to play the rare game Five Nights at Freddy's. If anything's only ever available exclusively via digital platform, could it ever be considered rare? could, I mean, potentially go onto, like, those buckets and stuff like they keep wanting to show me, but I just don't know. I don't see where that takes me. I need to see, like, what the ultimate goal is, and I'm not seeing that. Because this is the same room that we were in before, yes? I think it is. It's a very important bucket, VIB, yeah. We did go through there, right? That's how we got around to the crate in the first place, I'm pretty sure? Or was there somewhere else? I mean, that's the most important looking room right there, and I feel like I already did it. I guess there's other... Okay, there's... Oh, well, you know what? The buckets drop. I guess I should have been looking at that. The buckets drop if you've used them before. So maybe I do need to get on that bucket. I was thinking that just took me to the same place I was at before, but I don't think maybe it isn't. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see about taking the buckets. But anyway, I got a couple friends where they just, you know, they'll just like look at the marketplace or the store or whatever they use is like, let's say it's just like Steam or something like that. They'll take a look like every day and say, oh boy, I wonder what's coming out or what's out. And, you know, they'll buy like 4 or 5 games. And like, I have never had a desire to do that. Like, I'd rather as few as possible. It's like, I've never just wanted to like play a game and say, oh yeah, I could play this for 20 minutes, and I'll do it for 20 minutes and say, okay, that was fun, and then just call it a day. Never pick it up again. It's like, if I buy a game, I do buy it, and I know I contradict myself a lot. Son of a bitch. But I do buy it with the intention of finishing it. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of just like getting something just because I can, or I could try it for like 20 minutes or whatever and say, yeah, that was good enough. It's like at that point, I might as well just do a demo or something. Say you played it technically. There you go. Okay, I think this is the way we need to go. I thought this is where we went initially, but I think we went on the other side. I just realized, I had an epiphany. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess the ropes don't have the buckets on them. See, and then we have this shit again. So it is damn confusing. Whatever. Is this... Oh, this is health. Wow. Secret health spot. I remember on PlayStation, though, I got a friend that has, like, you know, PlayStation, they give you, like, levels based on, you know, how many trophies you get. And I used to be a bit of a trophy hunter myself back in the day. Not that I have too many, but it's, well, like platinums and stuff. But, you know, back in the day, I used to actively try to 100% games as much as possible. And when I became friends with this person, I take a look at their profile to see, you know, what they had played and stuff, and they had almost as high a level as I had. I'm like, wow, they must complete a lot of their games. So I took a look to see what their trophies were, to see what they had finished completely, and almost nothing. I don't even think they had, you know, double digits in the platinum department. It was literally just that they had hundreds of games, maybe thousands of games, and you know, they just didn't finish them, but they'd get like a shitload of trophies just because of the amount of games that they had. And I'm like, oh, okay. That was kind of like my first exposure to people that did that, because everybody else that I remember, I mean, we all kind of grew up around, you know, the same kind of like financial situation and everything, where, you know, we were kids and we didn't have like a ton of shit. So we'd make the most of our games that we got. But it's like, Yeah, some people just go out there and just buy whatever. Surprised I never got an MMORPGs. You're always trying to platinum stuff. I mean, I do it if I really like a game, but especially back in the day, even if I didn't like a game and I knew that the achievement would be like easy, I was like, oh, I could probably platinum this. Is there really nothing in here? Was that just health? That's disappointing because I thought I was actually making progress somewhere. I mean, it's nice that I got extra health, but at the same time, it's like I thought I was actually going somewhere. Well, son of a bitch. Now I don't know where to go. Ended up burned out mostly. A lot of trophies were boring or tedious. Yeah, there was a period, I think, like at first, I feel like when trophies and achievements started becoming a thing, it really didn't seem like they were all that hard to do. You know, they'd make you complete 100% of the game. Sure, you know, you need to do the most of what you could, but it never seemed like it was terribly tedious or anything like that. And I feel like it didn't take long. It was like a period of like maybe 3, 4, 5 years after achievements and trophies started becoming a thing where they just started like, I remember like the Assassin's Creed games in particular, they started incorporating like online stuff you needed to do, which shit, I wasn't going to do that. And online stuff was hard to do because they required, you know, it's not something that's in control, something that you're in control of. It's like facets of the game that may never happen or they might rarely happen. So it's like that kind of stuff started to annoy me. But also there was just like a lot were just super, super tedious. Like they'd make you go above and beyond to play the game like way more than you needed to in order to achieve whatever it was that you needed to get for the trophy. God damn it. Also, as far as MMORPGs, I can't play a game too long. Like I've talked about this before, but it's like if I play a game, and it's like there are exceptions, but if I play a game for just months and months and months and months, I can't keep up with it. It's just it bores me after a long while. Now there are like live service games where if they change stuff up, you know, we play Fortnite. We've been playing that for about a year now, and it's like there's enough change, even if like the core gameplay still kind of stays the same. It's like there's still enough variety in it where it does kind of keep it fresh. But I never feel like, even with like expansions and stuff for like MMORPGs, it's not enough, and I get burnt out on them. But you know, I have played MMORPGs. The one that I probably put the most time into was Elder Scrolls Online. I played that with a friend for a little while. Gears of War was shocking. I don't remember what that one entailed. Was there some pretty bad ones on there? I will say that since I started getting trophies on PlayStation, I never really felt the need to collect them on any other platform. So like Xbox pretty much went completely ignored. Any games that I got on Xbox. I don't think Nintendo ever did any sort of achievements or anything like that, did they? Steam, I kind of go after a little bit if I really like a game, and there's a game on there that I got on Steam that I don't have like on PlayStation. But yeah, it's like with every other platform, I never really felt the need to, you know, trophy hunt, achievement hunt, whatever. They had Seriously, which was like 10,000 multiplayer kills. Shit. I'm sure people that play the game religiously would probably get it after a while, but damn, that is quite a bit. Yeah, the multiplayer stuff, and someone eventually had some foresight to say, okay, nobody's going to do this shit, because there was a period of time that passed where it was like there was no like segregation between multiplayer and like single player. And it's like these days, even though there's still like a mix of it, I feel like there are some developers that kind of have like a good head on them, and they actually segregate the multiplayer and the single player trophies, so you could still get an achievable platinum with a game that has multiplayer trophies still. But I remember back in the day, yeah, with like Assassin's Creed, and whatever other little shit I played, Resistance, Killzone, some stuff like that, where they would combine the two, and it would just be super annoying because it was like you can never get the platinum. You get everything else in single player, but they wanted you to do some multiplayer shit that never was going to happen unless you were like a pro player or you just played it for an ungodly amount of time. But yeah, that was always annoying. I think I'm going to go back to the same area that I was in before where we dropped the box from. Maybe. I can't even see where I need to go, but yeah, this part's annoying. This is probably the worst segment we've had in this game. This map I would definitely like a little bit more direction on. I don't get it though, because we got the box. I guess the box was just extra because we did need the box in order to get to the secret area, but it was literally just a secret. It wasn't anything else. It didn't offer any sort of progression through the level or anything like that. So that's annoying. Oh no, that one needs to be on the interior. Shit, okay. Oh, right. I needed to walk to the middle to get up top of here. But yeah, these days I don't really do it. It is like, again, if I really like a game and it's all single player trophies and stuff, sometimes I will gun for it, but yeah, I love Tomb Raider, and the Tomb Raider trophies seem a little out of my league. There's some where you have to do like really professional stuff. I did manage for Tomb Raider 1 Remastered recently, so I was just playing Tomb Raider like at the start of the stream when we had gone. Oh shit, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. At the start of the stream, when I booted up the PS5, I was on Tomb Raider. I have been trying to actually get some trophies and achievements since the new remastered collection's coming out. I'm like, you know what, I could probably finish the original one maybe. But I was taking a look at some of the trophies and stuff, and like, goddamn, there's like some, it's like, oh yeah, go through the game without taking a hit, or shit like that. I did manage in Tomb Raider 1 to get through the entirety of the game without using a med pack. That required a lot of saves, but I did do it. I'd be a pro speedrunner. You know, I will never ever do that. But Tomb Raider 2, a friend of the channel, 420 Benny, I watch him sometimes. I'll be able to catch him whenever, and you know, he does Tomb Raider 2 speedruns primarily. He's done Tomb Raider 1 as well, but he'll do Tomb Raider 2 speedruns where he doesn't use any, like, he doesn't do any saves and he doesn't do any med packs. And I've been so impressed with how he's able to get through some of the segments of that game that, like, I've tried to do some of the speedrunning strats myself, and I've managed to accomplish a couple of them. They're pretty neat. Now, I would never go through and, you know, just dedicate myself to learning a game. It's one of those things like I was just talking about with MMORPGs, where it's like, it's too much time spent on one singular game. I can't do that. Like, I really will get bored, and I fear that I will come to hate whatever it is that I'm playing. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Ah! So, you know, it's never gonna happen, but I do like the strategies and stuff employed by like speedrunners. I think it's impressive, and sometimes learning that stuff, if you can get a couple things in, is pretty fun. Or like glitches and skips and stuff, I think are neat. There's one for Metal Gear Solid that I've started to use pretty much every time I play it now, where you skip the communications tower segment. Get a lot of hours in Dota 2. Well, only for social reasons. Your friends don't play, so you can't get into it. Yeah, I get that. I get playing a game for social reasons too. It doesn't even need to be like an MMORPG. I remember people that played like Call of Duty and stuff because, you know, it's what their friends would be into. Okay, unfortunately there was nothing there. So I don't get it. I don't know where we need to go. We've been on this segment for a minute and I don't know where I need to go. Sucks that this map is just like all the same looking shit. Is there any other ropes that we haven't seen? Back to the buckets. Well, that's what I was talking about. It's like, if there's a bucket, that means there's a rope I haven't actually used yet, but I think I actually used them all. There's that one up there. I wonder, can I get up the center? I haven't tried to, like, ascend one all the way. That's the only thing I haven't done. But they all have, like, bars on them, it looks like. Is there one that doesn't? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. There's, like, a rope that doesn't have bars at the top of it, so I just need to climb it all the way up. This shit sucks, though. Well, they all got rope or bars as far as I could tell. Wait a second. Oh, wait, no. That one doesn't. There we go. It was the one that had the secret on it, too. I knew there was something about that one. I was like, it's like they made me go all the way over there, but the problem is, okay, hear me out. The problem is that they put this big glorious doorway on like right in front of it. So your first thought isn't going to be, oh, I got to climb all the way up on top of this. Your first thought is like, oh, I need to get to that doorway. I don't know about that. I mean, okay, it is bright when I'm looking at it, but you know, it wasn't my first thought, obviously. So yeah, we need to go all the way back there. I mean, at least we found the solution, but goddamn. So far, this has been the shittiest section of this game. I think the game has been pretty decent, you know, outside of like some persistent enemy spawns that have been annoying. But otherwise, you know, it's been pretty good so far, especially like the platforming stuff. I've enjoyed all the map navigation and the platforming, but this is a little not great. A little bit more, somebody needed to kind of arrange it in a way I feel like where it was a little bit more obvious. Maybe if like, you know, it's got the big glowing beam over it, but maybe instead of just that too, because every other one does too. Yeah, at the very bottom, look, you can see that there's like the grate shadow on it. And then, you know, the one that doesn't have the grate obviously doesn't have it. It's got a little dust coming out of it too, but to me, that's not like super obvious. I only started looking at this shit when, you know, we were scrounging around for something to do. I bet you, I guess the other thing is it probably would have been in the flashback or whatever, the flash forward. But they show you a lot of stuff there. I don't think you're going to pick up on everything. Dude. Oh, bullshit. I'm rewinding all of that. I countered him, and then while I'm countering him, you hit me? I don't think so, sir. I will use all my sand. Son of a bitch, that low sweep. Get out of here. I don't know what that music is, but there's something in there that sounds like a gear grinding to a halt. I don't like the sound of that. Ah, very good camera. Big old curtain in my face. Just what I need to look at. Is there a fountain around here? Oh, look at that. Sir, you're taking too long to drink. Yeah, nothing's working. Okay, I'm fated to take that hit, I guess. Okay, well, they're down. Shit. He doesn't want to do it while his swords are out. Hold up. Can't prevent myself from getting slapped in the ass like that. Oh well. I wish the enemies also didn't like warp around. That almost seems a little slightly unfair. I feel like if you do enough to get away from them, you should have, you know, time to maneuver about. But that's not how the game works. Screw you. Get out of here. Okay. Whatever I do, he's just going to be able to counter. Even trying to hit the other guy for a second, he won't even let me do that. Yeah, bastard. There we go. He wasn't even all sandy and stuff. You know what? I just reminded myself, the combat is kind of like, you know, the WB games, like the Arkham series and stuff, just with the way you get surrounded by enemies and you have to counter and parry and do all that jazz. But it is also a lot like the early Assassin's Creed games, which makes sense. Mythical was in here yesterday. He mentioned, he's like, oh yeah, this game was a big inspiration or whatever for Assassin's Creed. It probably wasn't an inspiration, but a lot of people that worked on this game and the sequels probably went on to work on Assassin's Creed too. I mean, those were all released in a fairly short time period. That's back when sequels, you know, you'd release in 1 or 2 years from the previous game. Unlike nowadays where it takes like 5, 6, 7 years before you get a sequel. But yeah, there probably was a lot of people that worked on this game that eventually went on to do Assassin's Creed, and that's probably why, in retrospect, it feels so familiar. I remember loving the combat in the older Assassin's Creed games too. I do think, even though I didn't like the game as much as the others, but I do think the combat peaked with Assassin's Creed 3. I would just get into fights just because of how fun it was to combat people. I remember running around where there was like you know, the Templar, the whatever colony soldiers. I guess they weren't the colonies because those were the good guys. But it was like whatever, the British, and they just have like the little groups of enemies and stuff. And I would just go around looking for them and immediately get into combat just so I could, you know, counter and parry and hit all those people. But yeah, like the early Assassin's Creed games were very much like this, where, you know, you do hand-to-hand melee type stuff and all the enemies would kind of surround you in a circle and you'd have to like counter and parry. It's a lot more fluid in those games, and here, as Akuma mentioned, it feels like you're, you know, fighting in water. It's very, very slow motion, but I think that's more of the hardware limitations and partially stylistic choice, which might have been used to hide those hardware limitations. But yeah, it's a lot smoother and faster in the Assassin's Creed series. I need to go back and play those games. It's been so long, but I love the early ones so much. First one, Ezio Trilogy, and then I liked the gameplay in 3, but there was a lot I didn't like about it too. You enjoyed Assassin's Creed more than Assassin's Creed 2? It was Assassin's Creed Remastered, though. You don't know if the quality of the port was good or not. I've heard that the quality of the port wasn't that great, but it's more like texture model type stuff. It's kind of similar to the Arkham remasters. I kind of get where you'd be coming from with that. Here's the thing about the original Assassin's Creed that no other Assassin's Creed has done after the fact. It put a lot of emphasis on the assassinations. Crazy, I know. But like every other game after that, yeah, there were assassinations, but especially by the time it got to 3, it was just like get to the high point and like jump on somebody. And it's like Assassin's Creed 1 was like a Hitman game. Or, you know, just like it could be like a stealth game, a Hitman, anything. It's like you had to plan out how you were going to approach your mark. And there were a lot of different methods you could do with it. That's what made it fun. Like the gameplay was fine too, like the parkour and the fighting and stuff like that. And that's what eventually the series ended up focusing on, was like all the maneuvering and navigation and, you know, parkour and the combat and stuff. But they had lost so much focus, even just by the very next one, on the actual assassinations. And Assassin's Creed 1 was the one that actually focused on it to a point where everything felt unique about every single mark that you were hitting up. It's like, you know, and there were multiple different methods that you can employ. There was obviously some that were more efficient than others, but, you know, there was multiple different ways you can approach your target. And it's like no other Assassin's Creed game ended up doing anything like that to the extent that the first one did. It was very, very disappointing. But I can get where people would prefer the first one over the sequels. I still really like the sequels though. Assassin's Creed 2, all the Ezio ones I thought were great. I thought they were very, very fun games. But, you know, if you're looking for a very particular type of gameplay, even by the second game, it's like it feels different. When you assassinate someone in AC1, you know, the whole city goes into lockdown. It plays tense music. Yeah, and they still. I mean, that still happens in like the sequels too. But no, I need to go over here because there's still like lockdowns. But I feel like they had gotten to a point where they were like so broad, or they had increased the size of like the maps and stuff, where it felt like you didn't have to go that far to like escape like a lockdown or whatever. God damn it. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna do this one first. Ah, that's what it was. But you didn't jump off, Prince. You bastard. There you go. Okay. Whoa. Okay, hold on. No, that's not fair. That rope just like had a mind of its own. It was not going that hard before. Wait, there's something that got lost in translation there when I went back and rewound. It like was going so much faster than it was before. It whipped over to the other side. I need to be higher up, I guess. But yeah, for a long time, and I even started it. I even streamed the first Assassin's Creed for a minute. That was when I realized my internet was shitty. I think I've talked about this before, but I was just starting out streaming, and I remember doing Assassin's Creed, and somebody had said something, and I reacted to it, and then their next message that I saw was like, "Boy, I said that like 15 minutes ago or whatever." And I'm like, what? I was like, I literally just saw it pop in now. And they were like, let's do a check and see, how much of a delay there is. And there was like a 15-20 minute delay between what I uploaded and what people were actually seeing on stream or whatever. So it was, it was not good. So I ended up getting better internet at the time, because I think I was like on dial-up or something. I don't know. It was the early 2010s, and then hasn't really been an issue since. But there's always been the long struggle of trying to perfect the stream in various different ways. But yeah, that was like number one. Issue number one was making sure that the internet wasn't shit. But anyway, I think I was streaming Assassin's Creed when that happened. And I want to say I tried streaming it again. Somebody had suggested, they're like, oh, you do all these, game series playthroughs. You should do Assassin's Creed sometime. I'm like, you know what? I like Assassin's Creed. I just might. Oh, you little bastard. And I did one stream of it, and I never came back. And that was back when I used to stream, like, for 2 hours or something like that. These days, it's, like, so much longer. Okay, I guess he just doesn't want to jump. But wait a second, he's gonna have to, because I can't run across any of the other ones, any of the walls. They're all blocked by the stupid spikes. There you go. Jesus.
Sarah? Are you there?
Damn it.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Are you there?
Hello?
There we go.
Hello?
Here I am.
But I had also just mentioned recently, oh shit, that I had given the Assassin's Creed 1 remaster a try, because I had put it on my Steam Deck with the intention of maybe playing it while I was on vacation last week. And I only ever played it at home, actually. But, I played it for maybe about 40 minutes, and I'm like, this game's fun. So, I've already gotten a taste of it. And then playing this one is just reminding me of it. So, I don't know, we might see it soon-ish here. I feel like it's been long enough since I played those games. I was just so damn disappointed by, like, the series. Like, the story that they were building up fell flat on its face because they didn't know what the hell they were doing by Assassin's Creed 3. So that was major disappointment number one, but then by the time Origins came out and that new gameplay style is just ass. I don't like it. I mean, I guess there are people out there that enjoy it still, but I think it's shitty compared to what it was. I guess I'm just not going to counter that. Son of a bitch. I don't know. I grew disillusioned with the series, I suppose. It just, thinking about revisiting it and stuff would just remind me that, oh yeah, it's not so great anymore, is it? I only played 1, 2, Brotherhood, and 4, I played a lot. I've played 1 and 2 and Brotherhood, and what was the one that after Brotherhood? Is the last of the Ezio trilogy. That one was pretty good. And then 3, and then Black Flag. I own Rogue, but I've never played it. No, it is Rogue. I've played... Rogue is the one that's like, it was attached to like Black Flag, but it was like a spin-off. There was one on the Vita I played, but I never finished it. And I had played Syndicate and... Oh boy, what was it? Unity or some shit? Unity's like a game engine. I want to say it wasn't that, but I think it was. And Syndicate, and I think if it was Unity, I didn't finish. I feel like I got pretty far in them though, but I don't know, I just gave up on playing them. They weren't terrible, but, you know, I just wasn't having that great of a time with them, I think, after X amount of time. Oh, Revelations. That's what it is. Yeah, no, it's not. It isn't Italy. Ezio goes back to the Middle East, and there's some segments that you do with Altair, I think. I don't know, it's been a long time since I played it. But Ezio does, I think he goes back to like kind of the Middle East area where the original, well, is it even the original Creed at this point? I don't know. But you know, where the original game took place. But even in the Italy sections, it's not like a Yakuza game where they're always in that Kamurocho place and it's literally the exact same map every single game. It's like every single sequel did something new. Even if it wasn't the same region, it was like a new map. It was a brand new game and everything. So none of them ever felt repetitive to me. But I remember thinking Revelations was pretty good. All of you are sand people. I feel like you guys should be dissolving in this water that we're in. So why don't you start doing it now? I'm sorry, did you just meow at me? What the hell was that? Sounds like a cat. There we go. And again, I thought 3 was good. It's just it was good in a gameplay sense, but I didn't like the story that much until like the very end. I remember liking some aspects of the story, but also it was that thing where it was like all the assassinations felt so tacked on. Like, yeah, the Ezio ones had cooled down on the assassination aspect of the game quite a bit, but they still felt meaningful. 3, it was the same thing every single time. It was like every mark that you had to hit was on a ship, and literally what you had to do was just like walk around the ship and take out a select few guards and then just go up the mast and drop down on the on the mark. And then there was like one that was in a forest, and then you had to climb up a tree and then drop down on the mark. Everything involved like going up somewhere high and then falling down onto your target. Or at least that was like that was either the most obvious or that was the most like common way. It didn't seem like there were anything else that you could do. It would be the American Bald Eagle. Yeah, they were instilling that. There were some really cool things about that game though, especially like art direction and stuff. I thought was like really neat. There was one part where they were I think his name was Connor. I think they were sending him to the gallows. And like there was this part where they were marching him through like the city and like George Washington was in the background and the American flag was waving and it was like rain was coming down hard. I remember like that scene in particular. I was like, wow, that looks amazing. And it wasn't even a cutscene. It was just like in-game, you know, it was scripted, sure, but it was still just like in-game stuff. And I'm like, oh, this looks fantastic. So there was things to like about that game. There were things I liked about that game, but it was just, it was disappointing on a handful of levels that I don't know that I'd like necessarily be chomping at the bit to go back to. There's all these little curtains and shit. Damn Prince is like calling out as if he's gonna get a response here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, the remaster on that one is particularly bad. I wouldn't doubt it because all those remasters came out at a time where remasters were like notoriously bad. Like they were doing a bunch of compilation stuff. I feel like I had this, you know, thought with the Ratchet and Clank games. Shut up, dude.
I'm here. Where are you?
Stay there.
There she is. Now you can finally shut up.
Are you there?
She answered you. You moron. He was just talking to her. Are you there? She left. Sorry. You must have missed it. But yeah, it was during a time where there was like all these compilations and stuff. I remember with Ratchet and Clank, I was worried about that one. I think the Jak and Daxter series too, but I was like, I'm like fearful of getting any of these remaster compilations now, even though they're convenient, just because they tend to be like sort of on the shitty side in terms of the way that they're remastered. And some of them ended up being okay, but yeah, after purchasing a number of them back in the day, I soon came to realize that, oh, yeah, this isn't probably the best way to play these games. But at the same time, I had gotten like the PS3 versions of like all the Assassin's Creed ones because I didn't have an Xbox, and usually speaking, PS3 tended to have the inferior versions, so if they were available on Xbox, they probably would have been a little bit better. You're hesitant with the remasters now, even the Crash ones, which was good, messed up the physics, a bit of the well, in the case of Crash, I wouldn't consider that a remaster. I'd consider that a full-on remake. It's a brand new engine and everything. I would only ever consider a remaster if it was literally just upscaling the visuals, or making them cleaner, or making it run a little bit faster. But anything that has like significant changes to the engine, the models are different, all that kind of stuff, I would consider that a remake. And like the Crash stuff was remade completely from the ground up, so it's like they couldn't necessarily get the same physics and everything because it wasn't the same game. How do I get in there? Like, I hit the switch thing, and I can't hit the switch again. Was there a door that opened? Maybe up here? I think that was the one we came through, too. I guess you're just gonna have to deal with it. Seeing if I could just jump across there, because there's this big ass hole up there, and you would think you'd be able to just like jump through that. I would if I could, but apparently I can't. Let me try switching to the other side, see if there's something else. Nope. Oh no. Like, I feel like that door was supposed to open up. I don't know what the switch that we hit did. But anyway, remakes can vary. You know, sometimes, rarely will they ever be truly superior to a the original game, in my opinion. But, you know, they could either be something slightly comparable or at least an alternative to the original. With remasters, I mean, it just depends on how far it was, because I find with a lot of remasters that were coming out around that time, it's like they were remastering games that weren't even like 5 years old. And it's like the only reason they were doing it was, you know, to basically sell the game again. It was a reason to sell the game. Maybe I could break this thing. Hold on. I guess not. She's about to die. Okay, yeah, there she goes. Let me hit the switch again. I think the switch opened up a door in her area. And it let her into that room, because otherwise we wouldn't have... seen her, I think.
I'll come to you.
Let me go hit the switch again, and then let's see if we can see what exactly it does.
Can you hear me?
Oh! That's what, see, I missed that. It doesn't help that the door it opens is hidden behind a curtain. There's a lot of weird choices with the map design in this game. There we go. What's that? Nothing? Give me that.
Help me.
Trying. She's in the next room over. Stop calling her.
What took you so long?
Oh, you waiting long?
Oh. Thought you were an enemy. Out of here. I was thinking about playing the Crash games recently. Speaking of Crash, God, I played the first Crash. That wasn't the one I played as a kid. Thinking about it, but I always thought like when I thought about playing Crash as a kid, I'm like, oh yeah, I played that first one a bunch. It wasn't the one I played a lot. The one I played a lot was Crash 2, and that one was my favorite. I like Crash 3 a little bit too, but there were definitely some aspects of it that weren't great. Well, holy shit, Crash 1 that one is rough. There's something not right about that game. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I tried playing that recently. Yeah. I think if I ever replay the Crash games, I'll stick with 2 and 3. Two's also your favorite. One's the most difficult, frustrating. Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know if it's like, it's got to be one of those things where it's just like not it's still kind of like a work in progress kind of game. Like they almost had it right, but they didn't get it right until Crash 2. I think Crash 2 is definitively the best in that original trilogy. And then after that, didn't Naughty Dog sell it? Didn't Naughty Dog sell it to Activision? I don't think Naughty Dog did any of the ones after that. Could be wrong. But I never played any of the Crash games. Well, I guess they did Crash Team Racing. And, but I guess just like normal Crash games. I don't know that they did any of the ones after that. Crash Team Racing, and what was the other one? Crash Bash? Some shit like that. I never played that. But I think after that, Naughty Dog might have sold it. Wrath of Cortex was made by Traveler's Tales. Yeah, there was something different about it. Both Spyro and Crash, by the time they were off the original PlayStation, I never touched any of those series ever again. I've always kind of been curious. I really loved Spyro. Crash was difficult as a child, but Spyro was something I could manage, and to this day I still like it for a lot of different facets. I think the gameplay still holds up, but I also really like the visuals and the music in those games. Crash was one of those things where it was like, it could be fun, but it was so damn difficult, especially as a child, that I never thought, I never really had fond memories of it. I just remember thinking, boy, this game's hard. And I still liked 2 and 3 quite a bit. I don't even think I played 1 all that much. I know I beat it. I played it enough to beat it. I probably used the Game Shark to like skip levels, because I know that there's some levels in that game that are just absolute bullshit. But anyway, I just never had as fond of memories with those. You're a big fan of Croc. I had the first Croc. I don't even think I knew that there was a second one until like a long time later. I remember my mom got me a Croc when I had an ear infection. I think it was the one and only time I ever had an ear infection, and I was like home from school. And boy, did that, God, ear infections hurt. It's like the worst headache of your life. But anyway, she had bought it for me when I was sick with that, and I played it. I beat it, but yeah, I think I was playing it with an ear infection. I just don't remember enjoying myself during that time. But anyway, with Crash, I had gotten all of them, and I remember liking the games, but I think I had gotten 2 first, which was weird back then, because I feel like with a lot of those other games, I had always started with the first installment. Spyro, I definitely did. But I think I had gotten Crash 2 first, and I think I remember getting the first one later, before I got 3. But I remember not liking the first one when I played it.
I'll start the story from here next time.
Oh, we got a cutscene.
Please don't leave me.
What did you call me?
It doesn't matter.
Called you a dirty scoundrel.
I know how we can reach the Tower of Dawn.
Of course, the hourglass. All right. But this time, stay with me and pay attention. Can't spend all day chasing after you.
Ooh, told her. Hold on, I'm gonna go back into the sand beam. Let me take a look. We're at 65%. We are practically 2/3 of the way through. I think I'm going to call it here, because I do get the feeling like we're probably on the verge of finishing this within the next 3-4 hours. And I could, if I keep playing, I'm only going to play for another hour. But I feel like that's going to end up shorting a later stream. It might end up being short anyway, who knows? So if it does end up being a short stream, I guess, I don't know, maybe I'll do that Gears of War like I was talking about potentially doing. So we'll see. But I think probably it'd be good to just stop here, and we'll pick this back up on Monday, and then we'll have a couple days to do kind of whatever. But how many days we got left in this month where I'd actually be streaming? Like, how many weeks do I have before we hit the old big 1-0? Let's see, we just got next week, and then I've got 2 days of September and the week after that. So I could probably squeeze in like maybe a weekend stream on that previous week, just so that we could get 3 of something else before we start doing horror games. But yeah, we could definitely finish up this game by next stream, I'm pretty sure. So we'll pick it up later, and we'll do something else, something short, something brief, with the next few days that we have on stream. And then next Wednesday, we'll try to do some more multiplayer. See if we can do some Fortnite before the. I guess there's no update, so we don't have to scrounge for time. But it was fun doing it tonight. Thanks for coming in, Jube. I appreciate it. Akuma, thanks earlier for being in the stream, playing some Fortnite with me. We got a number of wins that were all pretty good. But yeah, I will be back next Monday. We'll pick up with some more Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, and finish it up. And if it does end up being short, then I'll have something else on standby. I'm thinking probably just that Gears of War, so I could check it out for an hour and see what it's like. But otherwise, yeah, if it's not that, then I'll have something else. Maybe I'll start up something that I know I could beat within a few streams. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you guys again. I do appreciate it. Let's take a look and see who is streaming here tonight. Get this seriously platinum. You think they'd still have that? You think they'd just carry over the same achievements? I was noticing with Metal Gear Solid Delta that they have the same damn trophies that they had all the way back from the HD edition of Snake Eater. It's the same thing. It's the exact same trophy set. And I'm like, you lazy bastards, 20 years the HD edition has been out and you can't change up the trophies at all. But if it is still there, son of a bitch. Well, they're just as lazy as Konami is. Let's see if Keanu's going to be accepting raids. Sometimes he doesn't. Oh, it looks like he is. Okay. Keanu's streaming. He's doing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the latest in the Yakuza series, I think. So we'll go check him out, raid him back for the raid that he came in on Monday. And yeah, you guys take care. Have a good night. We'll catch you next time.